I am Sub-Lieutenant Erica Rocky-Bean of the Cayman Islands Coast Guard. Today I'll be speaking on the missing person report regarding Andrel Harris. On the 4th of June 2025 at approximately 4:30 p.m., the Coast Guard was alerted by the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service of a missing person in the vicinity of Pedro Castle, Savannah, Newlands. The Operation Rescue Coordination Center, ORCC, immediately requested and gathered initial details regarding Mr. Harris, including his last known location and physical description. The RCIPS helicopter was already airborne conducting an initial aerial search, and Coast Guard vessel Niven-D was briefed and deployed to the area. Unfortunately, due to deteriorating weather conditions and increasing sea state, the vessel was recalled shortly after deployment to ensure the safety of the crew and the asset. On the 5th of June 2025, the Cayman Islands Coast Guard deployed a multi-purpose search and rescue vessel Protector, along with an underwater remotely operated vehicle, also known as an underwater drone team, and a dive team to resume the search. During this operation, the underwater drone located an article of clothing, trousers, resembling what Mr. Harris was last reported wearing. Due to poor underwater visibility and strong currents, divers were unable to recover the item that day. However, the coordinates of the location were recorded for a follow-up dive under better conditions. June 6, 2025. 2 CICG vessels were launched, one for shoreline and cliff-based searches with the underwater drone and divers, and another for offshore surface searches guided by drift patterns projections from the ORCC. The dive team was able to recover the trousers previously spotted by the underwater drone. These were carefully retrieved and subsequently handed over to the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service for forensic examination. June 7, 2025, search and rescue efforts continued during the same dual vessel deployment strategy. Unfortunately, technical issues with the underwater drone prevented us from investigating a known underwater cavern beneath Pedro Bluff. This cavern is of significant importance as it is familiar to veteran search and recovery personnel and has been significant in past operations.
The Cayman Islands Coast Guard dive teams dove the cavern known to be beneath Pedro Bluff. Upon surfacing, they shared that there were no findings.
After which, the following days, we continued our searches, shoreline and outer band searches based on projections done by the Operation Rescue Coordination Center. Since then, we have recovered a phone, and this was handed over to the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service for further investigation. Sunday, 8th of June. Search and rescue efforts transitioned to search and recovery efforts. On Sunday afternoon, the land search was stood down after the family was briefed. The Coast Guard continued with their efforts with the support of volunteer boaters. On Monday, 9th of June and Tuesday, 10th of June, search and recovery efforts continued using aerial and underwater drones, dive units, jet skis, and vessels for a coordinated surface area approach. On Wednesday, 11th of June, the search and recovery operation was officially handed over to the Cayman Islands Coast Guard from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. Our efforts were suspended due to deteriorating weather conditions. On Thursday, 12th of June, search and recovery efforts resumed in the morning, and the difficult decision was made to suspend the operation due to no more findings relative to Mr. Harris' disappearance. The Cayman Islands Coast Guard would like to thank partnering agencies such as Hazard Management Cayman Islands, the Search Volunteers, Cayman, EMS teams, members of the public, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service Air Ops, and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service for their efforts during this operation. We would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the family for their cooperation throughout the efforts of the search and rescue, as well as the search and recovery of Mr. Andrel Harris. We extend our heartfelt sympathies and well wishes to the family and all of those impacted by this.